The style we used in the final is quite different from other games. Other games we were defending well and we're also attacking. But in the final, we failed to have any way of transiting when we have the ball. All the games we have played except the first game against Equatorial Guinea. Other games, every other team had more possession than us. That shows that we have been defending. But we also go and go well to attack while we are playing. But that game against Ivory Coast, I can say today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, and every day of my life that we did not come to attack.
Wow, the last time I felt this sort of heartbreak, that was some years back. Man, this girl showed me pepper, no be small. And guess what? I experienced something close to that. When the Super Eagles of Nigeria, I was already seeing the trophy in the country. But that was not just a terrible performance, but a performance that every one of them should come and collect a stroke of 5 strokes of cane. The show remains best of the best sports show. And my name is BY Ivory, and I'm here to take you around the exciting, interesting, and scintillating world of sport. Yes, I mean scintillating world of sport. We've got a lot to talk about on today's edition of the show. Like I said, we've got AFCON and also everything that happened right there at the AFCON 2023 in Ivory Coast. The guys are here with me once again. Farouk Adetola, how you doing? What's good?
Man, wake me up, man. Wake me up, man.
You look not even
I've been down for the last 48 hours. I need somebody to just wake me up. You know, how can the Super Eagles of Nigeria choose to be very bad on the most important day? I don't know what happened to them, but like they say,
don't worry,
goes on.
Just save that. I don't say the para, but we go enter the para mode very soon. Izu, what's up? How you doing?
I'm not good.
I don't think you've seen up to 8 AFCON finals.
I've not seen up to 8, but I was opportune to be. I knew what I was doing when we last time we won the AFCON in 2013. When Sondemba scored that wonderful goal, and it was starting to look like we would do that again in Ivory Coast, and for some very off reason, we had it and we let it sleep. I mean, it's heartbreaking is the right word for me. That's what it felt like.
My man Roy, you've probably seen 25 AFCON finals. This one shouldn't shock you. In fact, from what we've been seeing from the show, you've been telling us to prepare for impact.
Oh yeah, of course.
Brace for impact.
The truth is, like, I feel very sad. Sad is a statement. I feel very sad. I couldn't even sleep last night. When you are heartbroken, you can actually not sleep. That was exactly how I felt yesterday. But I felt it was something we could avoid. But it is what it is. We just handed Ivory Coast the trophy on the plate.
Wow. So emotions aside, guys, let's go straight to the business. And Farouk, let me just come straight to you. 8 finals, we've won just 3. We've lost 5. If I can remember club-wise, a team that has done that, I think is either Barcelona or Juventus in the Champions League, losing a whole lot of finals. And you ask yourself, the country, we have over 200 million people. You get, and are we saying that it's so difficult to get to the latter stage of the tournament and win it? Because in the end, we had the momentum going into the finals. We had everyone fit for the finals. There was really no issue. And I felt that a team that was probably on their way out went ahead to win it. Farouk, what can you compare this loss to? Because 5 losses out of 8, I think, is unacceptable.
It's demonic.
I would not say it's the biggest loss in the final for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. After all, I've lost here in Nigeria before. That was 2000. I think that was the saddest for me because we had the best team in Africa, also in the world. Because we're talking about players that were playing for Super Eagles then. They were best in every position.
That's when you missed that penalty.
Yeah, the same cannot be said of the present squad. But what this present squad had going for them was that togetherness. Let's do it again. We don't agree for anybody, spirit. And those boys were doing it. And that's fine now. Playing against the host nation, they forget to understand that you are not only playing against the team, you are playing against the whole crowd. By extension, you are also playing against the referee. Because the referee in Africa knows exactly that they are not safe. I'm not saying that the referee have not done quite well, but they also know in their mind that you are officiating in the host nation's country. So whether you like it or not, they will favor the home team one way or the other. But beyond that, the referee was not responsible for any of the goal we conceded. But we just decided to be off completely on that very important day. The coach didn't do his assignment well. The players didn't give their all. And the players that we have held on for a long time, likes of Ola, many of them like that, decided to be very poor on the day. And for me, the better team won. But the boys will have in their mind that they threw it away. Because apart from being pragmatic, apart from being defensive, we didn't do anything when we had the ball. We'll just get it back to them, back to status quo. And when you're leading the final, it won't go to nothing.
Yeah.
Just see it off. Just see it off. And when we considered the second goal, we now came out. That means that we could have done that all through the game. We can be very, very defensive. But at least let's show some grit that we know what to do with the ball.
Sure.
That was completely missing.
Even when they came out, they didn't really do anything per se with the ball. It was just a matter of let's overload them in their half, hit those long balls. Hopefully we'll get something. I said when the competition started that, okay, look, Pesero has a system that has been working for him so far. We defend deep and hit you on the counter. But one of the biggest issues I've had with the team has always been the fact that, we cannot string passes together. We cannot. I saw it, I think someone said an elephant will have to walk through a needle before Nigeria will put 2-3 passes together. And you see something like that, and you think it's a joke, but it's actually the truth. We did not have any channel to attack with.
But these things, the stats you're mentioning, the fact that we've not been able to string passes together, the fact that there is really no cohesion in the team when it comes to transition from the defense to the attack, this style brought us to the finals. And here's the question. I think there was a scare against South Africa, if we want to be honest to ourselves. South Africa came in with a proper game plan and they almost, beat us in that semi-final game. I was thinking, for one, I've always had it that a coach should stick to whatever he's been doing right from the start of the tournament to the end. I can make mention of Pep. I can make mention of Pochettino, changing, tweaking the team in the final and they lost it. Should Chukwueze, get the starting bet ahead of Moses Simon?
Chukwueze should not have even come for this tournament. I'm sorry, I've said it before. I don't like him when he puts on the national team jersey. He doesn't do anything for me. When Chukwueze, I don't know what he brings to the team. I'm very sorry. I don't see him linking up well with the striker.
Yeah.
He doesn't draw back to defend well. He doesn't necessarily know how to attack space as an attacker. So you begin to wonder, why exactly was he called up? That's the first question. Moses Simon has been doing, in that system, he has been that person who, when we need to push out from the back, he will hold the ball, dribble, use his space, and get us high onto the pitch. Then now, one way or the other, we'll find something to do there. You now decide to bench him in the final. I don't get it. Pesero as a coach too, you had that scare against South Africa, like you said. I feel like as a nation, the wake-up call was, if we're not careful against South Africa, if say luck was not on our side, would have very likely lost that semi-final. Yeah. But it was some very, good show of luck and whatever you want to call it. Yeah. We went to the finals. Now you as a coach, you've had that wake-up call. You will not tell me that he has not watched how the Ivorians like to play, how they like to go at teams. And you are sitting very deep. And then you believe that, you can take, I think he got lucky when we went 1 goal ahead in the first half.
Yeah.
Very good. Now your job is how these guys have a record of coming back to win games right from the round of 16.
Yeah.
That's been how they got to the finals. Now your job is, how do I stop this from happening to me in this final? Do I take off one defender, and match them in the midfield? So it's no more 3 against 2, it's 3 for 3, like for like, we go out together in the midfield and just keep the game there. Or there has to be some sort of plan, aside your original plan, to make sure that the mistakes that other teams have made for these guys to get to the final does not happen to you in this final. But Pesero just felt, okay, look, we've been defending since, let's just defend. Countless times, Osimhen kept calling, push the press higher. Let's come out and play these people high up the pitch. But for some very weird reason, we're just comfortable sitting back to defend.
But I think, let me come to you now. I think it's quite unfair when you say Pesero was more of sticking to let us defend, because in the end, I said that before we came here, we were talking about putting more bodies, in the midfield, because you see Sekou Fofana, Frank Kese, Siri, they're probably all over us. They were doing their own in the middle of the park, while Adingra as well was, doing his own at the other flank. Now let me come to you, because in the end, Pesaro knew that there was a problem, and he brought in Yusuf Alassane.
Mm-hmm.
Was that call? Was it too late?
First and foremost, I'm sorry I have to say this again on air. All right, I said it. I have question marks with Pesaro. You guys put my head on the platter that I'm too harsh on Pesaro and whatever. But you see, South Africa, like my brother rightly explained, South Africa actually exposed him. Pesaro is not tactically good. Let's be frank. You understand? And back to the yesterday game. For crying out loud, the first 15 minutes, a good coach would have known that Ola Aina was playing badly. Chukwueze has no business starting that game. I said it when we were here last week. Hold on.
You make mention of Ola Aina,
okay.
Because in the end, Ola Aina has probably been one of our best players.
Yes, he has been one of our best players. But wait, let's look at the semi-final.
Who should come and face Adingra? Is it
Osai? To be honest, other than the goal scored, the second goal that was scored,
yeah,
Ola Aina had a very good game.
That is not that is not true. Ola Aina, hold on. All the attacks that happened yesterday came through Ola Aina's position. He was caught off guard. He was slow. He wasn't concentrating. All his one-on-one, he lost all the one-on-one he had with Adingra.
No.
Go back and watch it again.
I think he won a couple.
Okay, so let's say
10 times.
Let's say
okay.
I mean, Ola Aina maybe. Hold on. No, Farouk.
That's the reason why I had a bad game.
Let him finish his point.
Farouk, Farouk, calm down.
Hold on.
Good. My point is this. Ola Aina played badly yesterday. Let us establish that fact. All right. Now, Chukwueze not playing well beside him is a story for another day, or rather, is another point. Why did I say that? Pesaro saw that Chukwueze is not as mobile as Moses Simon, who tracks back.
He took him out.
He took him out at what time? 67 minutes. That was when he took him out. When he was already late. For crying out loud.
67 minutes is not late, oh.
It is. He has no reason to come back after
Hold on.
Can we agree as a nation that Chukwueze had no business starting?
He has no business starting that game.
Hold on, Farouk. Now, a lot of people have been saying that, because I myself, I always say that Ola Aina gives you a lot going forward, but his defensive capabilities is nothing compared to Zaidu Sanusi. I always say it any day, anytime. So it was more like what we get from Zaidu defensively, we don't get it from Aina. Why what we get from Aina offensively, we don't get it from Zaidu? So would you have said that if Osaya has played that position, do you think Adingra would have not, had that couple of chances against Nigeria?
Honestly, whoever plays that position on
because that Adingra boy is very good.
Whoever plays that position on that day will have also suffered similar fate, because they concentrated their attacks majorly on that position. And why? Because the man covering for Ola Aina, Chukwueze, was completely non-existent. It was just there as if nothing was happening. It was just as if there was nothing to play for. So I begin to wonder exactly why did he play Chukwueze when you add a winning formula. Okay, if you don't want to play Simon, what about the boy that came on in the semi-final to change the game? That's Terry Murphy. And when you're telling me that we didn't play against South Africa, tactics worked. The substitution that he made worked for us. But that final is what I don't know. Because you don't have a plan. And the plan was only just to go and defend. We scored by luck. Farouk,
hold on. I'm the moderator here, guys. Hold on. Now, you made mention of the fact that, it was more of we've been defending. I always say that what brought us to the final was our pragmatism, whether I like it or not. Yes, we were almost exposed, or we were exposed but got lucky against South Africa. Now, are you going to fault a setup that has brought us to the finals, or you are going to fault the players? Now, just pick your struggle, because in the end you are going from here, you are going from there. Who is to blame against Ivory Coast?
I'm not faulting the style. We all agree that the style has worked. We should keep up with it. But the style we use in the final is quite different from other games. Other games we were defending well and we're also attacking. But in the final, we failed to have any way of transiting when we have the ball. We was completely defending.
How would you transit when you have an Iwobi who was more or less like
was Iwobi not playing against Cameroon?
No, Farouk.
Did Iwobi play against Cameroon?
No, Farouk, you will be
all the games. Wait.
Farouk, let's look at this.
I'm lying.
Okay.
So, all the games you have played except the first game against Equatorial Guinea. Other games, every other team had more possession than us. That shows that we have been defending, but we also go and go well to attack while we are playing. But that game against Ivory Coast, I can say today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, and every day of my life that we did not come to attack. We only came to defend. That's the difference.
Now, away from that issue now. So I was reading different school of thought, concerning the tournament as a whole. Victor Osimhen scoring just a goal and the rest. So now I'm asking, honestly, do you think we didn't utilize Victor Osimhen's talent as we should all through the tournament? Because the best player in Africa scoring just one goal in the tournament looks more like something not really nice. But in the end, would you have said that we didn't really get the best out of Osimhen? Do you think the style, didn't give Osimhen enough chance to operate all through the tournament?
Obviously, it's clear as day to see. Anybody who has watched Osimhen for the past, say 12, 14 months, will know that he has been able to establish himself as one of the finest goal scorers in world football. Not just Africa as a continent. And now, I think anybody who knows me on Twitter, or has heard me talk on Twitter Spaces, will testify to the fact that I've always said, this system, okay, yes, Osimhen is strong in the air. He has a very good hang time when he jumps. He's physical. He will press and all of that. Those are fine qualities. At the end of the day, we get that. But then, Osimhen sacrifice, this time made Osimhen sacrifice, a lot of his positional awareness so that other people can get chances to score. You come here and say, all the goals you scored, Osimhen was involved. Is it that he made the run that, pull defenders away from him, or he pressed somebody to get the ball and lay it up for someone else to score and all of that? The system did not exactly allow us see. You can say, okay, yes, he missed a couple of chances. Striker will miss chances. But it's about how many chances can you give that striker in those games. I saw our XG yesterday against Cote d'Ivoire. I think it was 0.28. And Cote d'Ivoire had 1.88. The golf in class is insulting. I know they are the host nation. They have the crowd going for them and all of that. But like he said, it did not look like we came to attack. And why I thought it would be is this. You understand that the way the team is set up, you are the person who helps us progress the ball. Exactly. You are our best channel at, transitioning from defense to attack. Now you can say maybe these guys ran us ragged because they had three players in the midfield who are very good on the ball. They have Messi, they have Fofana, they have Seri, and we have Onyeka and Iwobi in our midfield. Now their jobs are very split and it's very clear as day. Onyeka is the ball winning midfielder. Iwobi is the one who helps us. Okay, we have the ball from let's convert and try and attack. Now when Iwobi got those balls yesterday, he really did not do anything with them. Exactly. It was misplaced passes. Either they were hit too long or they were hit too short, or for some reason he picked the bad option. And that's why I kept faulting him yesterday. You cannot have that kind of responsibility on your shoulder and for some reason just go to sleep. I said here the episode we had before the final that my fear for finals is you start to feel that exhaustion. For some reason, it becomes a loss for you to handle as a player. Now, the way you separate the men from the boys is people who can ride beyond that, and give you what they give you from the beginning at the finals. So, to answer your question, I don't think we utilize Osimhen's, attacking instincts as well as we should have.
What if we put Osimhen as a priority and do you think we would have gotten to the finals?
I think one of the reasons why, because I said before that Pesero had options. All he needed to do this tournament was, look at his team, pick the players that will help him get the best out of the team he had. And one of the reasons why I feel like Osimhen wasn't so lucky in this tournament is because of the fact that we lost Boniface and Sadiq Umar. These are people who...
What if those are actually blessings in disguise?
Well, we will never know.
Anyways, now let me come to you because a lot of people have been shying away from criticizing him. But I felt that equalizer, from Ivory Coast was totally his fault. Now, as a goalkeeper, when there is a corner kick, or when there is a free kick, or when there are balls being sent into the box, what you should do is, if you are going for the ball, you have to get it.
Be sure.
You have to, if you are going for the ball, you know, going for the ball means that you are leaving the entire post. So you have to get the ball. Stanley Nwabali, you know, I don't know if he lost concentration in the corner kick. Please, can we, I don't know if he lost concentration in the corner kick.
This is it.
You understand? At some point, it looked as if he wanted to go for the ball. Then he hesitated again and tracked back. And that process of tracking back was what caused us the goal. As you can see, he was neither going for the ball or he was so.
No, I see. The thing is, when you look at that, this thing
was it over excitement?
No, it was not over excitement. As far as I'm concerned,
was it lack of concentration?
As far as I'm concerned, you cannot blame Nwabali for that.
Why?
Okay, why?
Exactly.
That's the problem. Why?
No,
Tell me why.
What's the reason?
Tell me why.
The reason is he has what's it called? His defenders in front. Now, look at the angle the ball was coming from. No, hold on.
Do you know that if Nwabali was in that position, that ball was not going?
No, that's not true. Look at the angle. Please replay that ball. Look at the angle the ball was coming from. If Nwabali leaves, as in if he moves to what's it called? Palliate that ball, he will not get that ball.
No,
Roy. Let's say with ourselves.
This thing is very.
Somebody is saying that that's not a very bad tournament.
Why?
He's obviously one of the best goalkeepers of this tournament and a revelation for Nigeria. But let us critically analyze situation.
And I'm telling you that in my opinion, that wasn't his fault.
No, it should not be an opinion.
No, that's not true.
You state fact.
No, but it's a fact now. I don't see it. I play football as well. I play football, so I don't see.
Firstly, we were doing zonal marking.
Okay.
That was wrong completely. About 4 players were always free from Ivory because whenever they are taking a set piece. That is wrong.
Exactly.
There's the goal that we considered first. If you are not sure of getting to the ball, don't
now my
go
point
for
is
it.
that
If
you
it
wanted
was on
to
the
go
line,
for it,
if it was on the line,
that ball
he was
was
going to
not
catch
going.
that ball
That's the thing.
like
Yes.
a mother carrying his own baby. Honestly, he will catch that ball like a mother carrying his own baby. But that has gone. But he will learn from it. He's a young goalkeeper. His first major tournament for Super Eagles. But the truth is, he fluffed that mistake.
I don't think so. I totally disagree.
Let's just move away from that. And if you are just joining us, it's still the best of the best sports show, and we've talked a lot about the final between Nigeria and Ivory Coast. It was not what we wanted to see, but the performance was abysmal. It was woeful. It was terrible from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and a lot of people have different school of thought. Is it the coach? Are we going to blame the coach, or the players' attitude to the game was just not acceptable? For me, let's throw the question out there. If you are watching us, are you blaming the coach? Was the setup wrong, or do you feel that, the players were not just good enough on that day? So let's go straight to the award night. As expected, the highest goal scorer, I think the goal scorers were expected, because Ensoy already scored 5 goals, and it seems I was hoping Ademola Lookman would beat it up, but he didn't against South Africa. He couldn't get the net and the rest. But Izu, let me come to you now. The one that got people talking is the fact that goalkeeper of the tournament, because at some point it was more of whoever wins between South Africa and Nigeria gets the goalkeeper of the tournament, and Nwabali had a master class against South Africa, against Rowan Williams. Was he deserved, or you felt maybe Nwabali was cheated?
I'm conflicted, and I'll tell you why. If they say they gave it to him because he considered the least amount of goals in the tournament, and he made a couple of let's not lie, Williams made a couple of very crucial saves for South Africa. There are games that they had no business qualifying from. They looked like they were going to go out against, I think it was Cape Verde or so. And he practically kept them in the game. And then there's the heroics from the penalty spot. He did it in, I think it was quarterfinals.
And even third place
against
he did it again, and he did not concede. So you can make an argument for that. And then there's also Nwabali, who, let's not lie, has a couple of decent saves for Nigeria, kept us in a couple of games. In the penalty shootout against South Africa, obviously he was better than Williams, but I think the stats for least amount of goals considered goes in favor of Williams. So I think it's fair that he got it.
And he kept the most clean sheet as well.
So let's be frank.
So
what are the metrics to measure for this? The metrics for a striker is the number of goals you score, right? What are the metrics for measuring a goalkeeper? the number of goals the less goals you concede. So if you put it on a scale, he has less goals.
So if you are saying, what if a team crash out of the group stage with the least goal?
No, what I'm saying is going
the
all the way. The higher you go. That's what I'm saying.
And I think both of them
I don't want to put sentiment in this. He's obviously the best goalkeeper of this tournament.
Of course.
I think it is.
Quarter final, he saved 4 penalties. It's a world record.
History.
A world record.
It's a world record.
In the final, in that place as well, he saved 2 penalties.
Exactly.
And this guy made some crucial save in the tournament.
Yeah.
He looks very, very mature than his age. He's captain of the side. And this guy, to me, deserves to be the best goalkeeper. There's nothing.
So we should just,
applaud
one value.
Of course.
I actually felt that final, I felt if Nigeria had won,
maybe
AFCON,
perhaps.
I think they would have
he kept five clean sheets. What about he kept 4?
4. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That what if Nigeria had won the AFCON?
Without
conceding,
there would have been changes, right?
No, without conceding.
We had won the final 1-0.
I think even if
Exactly.
we concede, honestly,
I
he
think
could have won it.
I think if we had won 1-0, I think Wabali
I think even 2-1. I think
he would have gotten it.
So let's move away from best goalkeeper. Now a surprising one coming to the tournament. The names on the list of everyone was Victor Osimhen scoring 5 goals, scoring 7 goals, Sadio Mane scoring this player of the tournament and the rest. But surprisingly, Troost Ekong, this was someone who has been moving from different clubs, hasn't settled well and the rest. But he came into the Nigerian fold, got the captain armband, although Ahmed Musa is still the official captain, but he has been a leader from the start to the end of the tournament, even scoring Nigeria's last goal of the tournament. Roy, is it well deserved, or you felt maybe there could be someone Adingra, there. What's this guy's name? Sebastian Hala and the rest.
No, is it worth it? There is no better player more deserving of this title than Akon. You understand? Look at his stat for a defender. He scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
3 goals in the competition. You understand? He organized one of the best defense we've seen in the tournament. You can see his leadership qualities. You can see his leadership skills.
I think he's actually. I think he holds the record of highest goal scoring a defender.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So exactly
5 goals.
Exactly. Yeah. So you look at all the what's it called? He ticks all the boxes. You understand? And for me, he qualifies to hold that title.
So no issues with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Okay. Young player of the tournament. Any issue with that?
At all.
Adingra.
At all.
I'm sure. Probably.
Do you know?
Give him that award.
Adingra is a.
You don't see the guy pack sand full of line.
You know the truth. Adingra is a young, promising player, but the online made him look like a prime Ronaldinho, and I felt so.
No. The controversial one again is Farouk, the best coach of the tournament.
How is it controversial?
It is.
Hold on. Because in the end.
How is it controversial?
Now let me, in case you are just joining on, this was what happened at the AFCON. So Ivory Coast had a coach. I think maybe we should bring out the name if you can. They had a coach and they were almost crashing out. Immediately they found out that they were going to the next round. They sacked their manager and gave the assistants, they told him to continue the tournament. And lo and behold, he went on, progressed gradually, got to the finals and won it. But we have coaches like Ose Pesero who have been doing the job.
Hugo Bros, the coach of South Africa. From
the group stage, Hugo Bros, who has also done well, Jack Congo coach as well. And from nowhere, are we saying that does winning a tournament means that the coach is the best coach of the tournament?
No, that's not it. You have to look at the circumstances that brought him to this particular position. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So what are the circumstances?
Fantastic. Like you rightly stated, their previous coach could not get the team ticking.
Was not part of that
team. You understand? He doesn't make
was not part of the setup.
And Farouk, you've worked in an office setting. Wait.
Was not part of the setup.
He was part of it, but probably not the one calling the shots.
That means the failure of the first coach was part of it, right?
If he's the assistant coach, there is a limit at which he can exert his authority.
See, let me tell you
something. He cannot pick the teams.
Let me tell you something.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
The reason why the coach was sacked
was
because they felt they are out of the tournament.
No.
That's the truth.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Because
they felt they were out of the tournament.
Immediately
they knew they had a chance. They started speaking to Avrina. Avrina was not available. And thankfully, they got Emasifai was an assistant and also a boy from the country.
Yeah.
And he did quite well.
Yeah.
But when you tell me he has performed also Pasero, Hugo Bros, that is a no. Of course. How?
But you don't see Pesero in the finals.
Farouk,
so because of that.
Exactly. No, Farouk, don't add sentiment to this.
It's not sentiment.
Now, let me tell you, this was a guy that came into 18.
It came true.
He beat Pesero in the final.
No.
See, I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
I understand the fact that you might say Pesero and Hugo Bros started the tournament from goal up until, you know, Bros getting third place, Pesero finishing second, and this guy just took over the reins in like the round of 16. But look at what this guy had to face.
What?
From
this
guy knocked out the defending champions.
Senegal.
That's one.
Wait, with 9 men
against Mali.
9 men.
He had a red card. Went one goal down, came back from that and qualified. So when you look at someone, especially for a young,
but I can tell you,
especially for a young coach, it's not. We're all football fans here. Coaching is not easy. It's not, especially a team that this job was you have to deliver. First of all, you are the host nation.
So coaching is not easy, but you are coming for the head of Ose Pesero.
No, see.
For
a professional coach. No, this is it.
No worry.
I mean, football fan, IBK.
Yeah.
You are a football fan as well.
Yeah.
There are certain things you don't need a coaching license to see. Yesterday's game was clear as day.
You
don't need it. No people all of us they watch.
Okay.
You don't need it.
So now you are saying that he's well deserved.
Of course,
I think he deserves it.
I don't agree.
Okay, let's finish the AFCON update on now this controversial topic around the Super Eagles. Now, according to the media source that we have, I heard that a lot of players want to retire from national team.
Please.
Obviously, I'm sure Ahmed Musa will be part of them. Maybe Kenneth Omeru as well. I'm even hearing Kelechi and Achoba. I'm not sure how true that is. But my worry is anyway about players that want to retire. Because we still have AFCON next year. My worry is now Pesero's contract was supposed to end with the AFCON. So that means the Super Eagles don't have a coach right about now.
Yes.
If you were to be the NFF president, Ibrahim Gusau, would you, with this performance, with what happened at the AFCON, should we give him another chance maybe to take us to the next AFCON?
Well, coming to the Nations Cup, Ose Pesero was dead and buried by everybody, including those at the NFF, and was given a task that everybody felt was going to fill out, get to the semi-final. That was the target. It was given a target. And it surpassed that. Yes, if they renew his contract, I'm totally fine with it. But if they decide to say, go, let us get another person, it's also not bad. But I feel that he has been able to stabilize our team. He has been able to stabilize the Super Eagles. He showed that if we do things together the right way, we would do better than we are doing. Because,
so should he be giving the contract?
I think we should retain him.
We should retain him. What about you?
Yes, I was calling for him to be sacked. I'm not going to lie. As soon as we lost, I lost it with him. I felt I should be sacked yesterday, but you know, there are things you do when emotions are high, and then now I think I've sat back and I've done some.
No one give this team a chance.
I've done some thinking.
This team say we're going to crush it from the beginning.
This team used to be everywhere and nowhere, and for some reason, even during the cooling breaks, when you look at the players, when he talks to them and tells them, okay, look, this one we're not doing right. Let's fix this here. You can see that. They listen to him. Yeah. They want to hear what he has to say. How, okay, Kochi, how do you want us to play? How do you want us to fix it? So there's that. If they decide, I think a team that has gone all the way to the finals, that unit of player and coach, I don't see the harm in giving him another go at it. If in the next AFCON he falls short, then you can sack him. But they renew his contract for the upcoming AFCON. I don't think I have an issue with it.
I do.
But he needs to play around football.
What about you?
For me, I think I've been saying it here, and I will not feel sorry about it. You understand? For me, I don't think his contract should be renewed. You understand? And it's very simple. He lacks the tactical acumen. For somebody to come and tell me that he's Mourinho's best friend, but he got us to the final. Like I keep saying, what brought us to the final is just sheer luck and the guy's determination to play.
Okay.
Not his tactical acumen that brought us to the final. So for me, Thank you for doing business. You can go home now.
NFF, Unafiko hire.
Ose Pesero, I'm sure that this your friend here.
I don't know how somebody will just be find out and you are saying he has no input in this game. It is totally unfair.
Farouk, don't worry.
The guy got us to find out and you are telling me that no, IBK, no. We need to try something.
Farouk,
You go reason the matter after the show.
That's why I said Swahili will not do anything.
But guess what, guys? We had 119 goals scored at this AFCON. The highest so far in any AFCON whatsoever. How many AFCON have you been able to watch?
I think my first AFCON was all just 90.
Have you like how many? Have you watched up to 20?
How now?
Let's
From Ultra 90 to...
What about you? How many AFCON have you been able to watch? Before leave?
No, max, like maybe 4 or 5.
4. What about you, sir?
I've watched
I
more than
have to
4.
put sir because I know.
Okay, from as far back as Ultra 92.
Okay.
Watching, yes.
Okay, so you've been following the Green Eagles as well.
Yes, of course.
All right, fantastic. So 119 goals scored, the best so far. Would you say this is the best AFCON in your opinion?
Yeah, for me, yes.
Farouk, best AFCON?
Very, very close for so many obvious reasons, honestly. But my fondest memory of any AFCON has to be like the Tunisia because, you know, the glamorous Super Eagles were flamboyant.
Yeah.
They had skills, was raw talent. The coach was about the best in Africa at that point in time. But if you talk about statistics, it has to be this. But when you're talking about, you know, watching football at that age and understanding what exactly, you know, Okuta was an iconic name. They even though he was young, like Sivikeshi, you know, Rashid Yekini, Amokachi. These guys were just the biggest at that point. But start-wise, this is the best. But memory,
what about you? Best AFCON?
I think it's the best I've seen, yeah.
All right, guys. For me, I've always said it that the upset, the goals scored, the talent that was found all through the competition, not giving Super Eagles a chance, going all the way to the finals, a team that was about crashing out of the tournament, winning the tournament. I think whoever wrote the AFCON 2023 script, just send me your account details because you should get a credit alert from me.
Let's go and knock Mares.
That was a beautiful script to write because trust me, I was glued to my TV all through 1 month. I can tell you that this is the best AFCON so far. If you are watching us, also I need you to, you know, I want to ask our subscribers some questions because in the end, now the question is, should Ose Pesero continue as the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria? Yes, you can just drop your comment under the video. Should he continue or you feel that it's time for him to leave after what happened at the finals of the AFCON? My name is Ibukwan Luko and the show is Best of the Best Sports Show right here on the land. Till we meet same time, bye-bye for now.